I don't know why, but I feel like during these Sephora sales, I never really have issues with things going out of stock, but not this time. Oh my gosh. That being said, don't worry. I did pick up quite a few items, and I also thought I would share with you the things that I didn't pick up, not only because they were out of stock, but I did predominantly shop this sale in store, which is actually pretty fun. I sometimes get overwhelmed, and don't get me wrong, this store was kind of a madhouse. Like, it was very busy, but the energy was really fun, and it gave me the opportunity to really see what I was looking at in person, swatch it, pick my perfect shades of lip products, foundations, highlighters, anything like that that I might have had questions on online. That being said, let me share with you what I got at the Sephora sale and everything that didn't quite make it in. First off, the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 7 palette. This was one that I was pretty sure I was gonna get. And you know, this is just like a tradition at this point, like a holiday palette tradition. Absolutely stunning. I really love Danessa Myricks as a brand, as a makeup artist. I think her packaging is so genius, and she really does bring so much artistry to her products, not only in like the colors and that kind of inspiration, but again, when the packaging breaks down like this and you can separate it, I mean, this just screams like makeup artist, where you can move things around, not carry as much on you, and I just love it. Anyway, this is the holiday palette this year, Lightwork 7. It's a little bit different than the past palettes because it does have some matte shades in here, but they are super buttery, super soft. I mean, even for mattes, they look yummy. Here's a few swatches of them, definitely very blurring, very blendable, but really where these palettes shine is in the duochromes. This is the one that I'm wearing today. It's like an iridescent shade, so stunning, just a one shadow look. This is one of the shades that sold me on the palette. I love that it flashes blue. It kind of has a purple shift too to it, but then in some light, it almost looks transparent, like hello? Yes. This blue is also absolutely stunning. It is so pigmented. I mean, just vibrant, royal. Not always the color I'm going for, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this shade I'm actually gonna get way more use out of, but absolutely stunning. I mean, the pigment, these are almost like creams. They're so pigmented, and I'm telling you, like, you can just keep blending them on and on and on. Like, so much pigment. I also really love this ballerina kind of pink shade. Really, really pretty. Not as chunky as some of the other ones in here, but truly, some of these are definitely kind of flaky. I'm really trying to show you the flakes that are on my fingers here, but they're flaky in this really creamy way that you can like break them down and get almost like a mirror shine finish. I'm telling you. This whole palette's pretty intense overall, and really it's just so pretty. I did make a short swatching this all out, so definitely check that one out if you want to see all these swatched out in sunlight, but I'm very happy to pick this up. I don't think this palette's going to be for everyone. I'm the most excited to do like one shadow looks with these and also incorporate those mattes because I do think that they're great quality. That being said, with this palette, know who you are because these are very shiny, very shimmery. It's kind of a dark, almost kind of grungy, metallic palette, but as a makeup lover and sometimes a makeup collector, I am so excited to have this. And I know I teased at the beginning, like, you can pull these palettes out. You can also take out these shadows individually. If you guys have followed me for a long time, Natasha Denona palettes are like that, where you can take the shadows out and rearrange them. And I just love that these palettes do it too. But in the lid here, this actually pops out and is a mirror. And so you can put them together and create your own mini palette. You can stack the palettes up. It's just really innovative, honestly. So I'm so excited that I was able to get my hands on this and get it on the discount because it is, like I said, a pricier palette. It also comes with this pouch too for when you break the palette down smaller. But for the other eyeshadows that I picked up, I did end up going for this little Moon Dust quad. I really loved the one that came out last year, which was a little more neutral. This one has like a pinky lavender kind of theme to it. It's that Moon Dust formula, although one of the shades in here actually is not as, I feel like, sparkly as the other ones. I'm really excited about this purple one, although I feel like my lighting's not doing it justice. I'm telling you, these tend to shine the most, the best in natural direct sunlight. Like, it really just shows off all the glitter. But this shade here almost feels more like a putty, and it doesn't have nearly as much like chunky sparkle to it. It's more just like an iridescent kind of golden pink shade. So I kind of wish that one had the same formula, but I need to test this one. This one I have not worn on my eyes. They actually did not have any swatching available of this. It was like the last palette in store, I'm telling you. I was just like yoink grabbing it because at that point I was like, what else is going to be out of stock? stock. And then kind of with that same out of stock story, I knew I wanted to try to get Garden from Tower 28. Now it seems like this has come back, but I'm telling you, when I was looking at it online, this was like the only shade sold out of the Tower 28 cream shadows. These are those go-go ones. I talked about these in my recommendations video. I'm gonna leave that video linked down below. I'll also obviously link everything if you're gonna be shopping the sale at all, but I just thought this was so pretty, kind of similar to the blue I have on my eyes. In some lightings it looks more transparent, and others it really catches the light and gives that kind of, what is it, Stars and Rockets from MAC, something like that, you know what I mean? But this formula dries down, let me tell you, it dries down. It's super thin, so if you have oily lids or really want your shadows to stay, I'm telling you, this formula is very, very budge proof, let me tell you. But I'm excited to put this, and I kind of want to top it with the Urban Decay and see how that look goes. I told you guys this one was on my list. I went with the tiny size of the Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm Mattifying Setting Spray from Danessa Myricks. Again, I really love Danessa Myricks, and I do have oily skin, so any of these mattifying setting sprays definitely intrigue me. Like, I want them to work for me, so I'm gonna give that a shot. And it's one of those ones that has the ball in there. You really have to shake it up, which tends to be the case with the mattifying ones. It's just kind of how the formula works. It turned into a bit of an Armani moment for me. I did want to try one of the liquid matte shadows. I have actually one of them in pink, but I wanted a more neutral, everyday kind of base shadow. This is a shade 18M. I think it might be called Cashew. I could be lying to you, but I really love how easy this is to use. When you see people blending these on their eyes in 3 seconds, sure, maybe there's a little bit of it because it's a filter or because, you know, it's not the best quality and it just looks more blended. But the other 95% for these shadows is just true. Like, it really does just blend itself out. Really easy to use. And specifically this color, since it's not a ton of contrast, really blends even more. So I'm very excited to be using this. I've used it twice now and I'm really enjoying it. It almost makes your lids feel like NARS packaging. I feel like I keep using that as like a reference, but just that kind of almost soft matte, but there's still kind of like some holdability or flexibility to it that I really think works nice on the lids. But that wasn't it. I also got one of the liquid luminizers, which I was inspired for a few reasons to try this. One, the Givenchy one that I like was limited edition. I talked about that in my sale video, so I was like, you know what, let me try this one out. But also I've seen people online use these almost like under their whole eye, on their whole cheek, and I don't know, that was kind of intriguing me. So I picked up the lightest shade. They have a few different ones. This one's the most like icy and kind of pearl-like. It's just called 01, but it's not super glittery. Like, there's very fine specks of shimmer in here, especially again in the right lighting, you can really see that come out, but nothing really chunky, nothing overly glittery. I actually used this today and combined it with my Road Blush in Freckle. I just thought it would be fun to like add some color, and I did like the way that looked. I kind of have to work fast though, because this does dry down, which is a positive to me. I definitely didn't want like basically a liquid gloss on my cheeks. I wanted to dry down, so that was just something I had to work fast, but I'm gonna keep trying it that way, keep using it as its own luminizer. I think this could even potentially look good under stuff. Like, I'm gonna play around lots of different ways. I'm trying to use this thing and figure out how I like it best. Which, speaking of the Road blushes, I had someone comment that the tan line shade was out of stock, so I went and checked, and I see that it's back in stock. Maybe it did go in and out. I don't know if that's what's happening, but the Sleepy Girl shade is out of stock. And if you were looking, I do still think the Road blushes are a great buy. I honestly think they're worth the regular price, but I know that Road doesn't go on sale super often. So if you were looking at any of the Road blushes, it might be better to get the shades you want sooner rather than later. Okay, last for the Armani stuff though, I decided to try the Luminous Silk. This is the Perfect Glow Concealer. If you can believe it, I've not even tried the Luminous Silk foundation from Armani. It's on my list, but the shade I think would work best for me, you guessed it, is out of stock. Out of stock. Anyway, you guys know I love a concealer as an all-over face moment, and that's what I've been doing with this. I've worn it like 3 times since I got this at the sale. I'm very into it. It's nice and thin. It's luminous. Like, I am over here like, give me the I need older formulas of foundations. Like, enough. I'm telling you, enough with these skin tints. Enough. Look at that. So beautiful. Again, it's what I'm wearing on my skin today. I'm very excited to keep using this. I will say with the Armani doe foots, they definitely don't hold a lot of product. So it's like just a little bit of a different, I guess, experience with these products that I'm not as used to, but I'm very happy with this pickup so far. I'll keep you updated, you know. I like to really test my things before I'm like, yeah, it's good, you know, but so far, so good. And you know what? I just realized there is actually a sale on Armani Beauty. So if you're looking specifically for the Armani Beauty stuff, it's 25% off over there. So maybe check that out. okay, just throwing it out there. As much as you guys know, I love Sephora, and I really do like shopping the sale because you get everything all at once. If you're not Rouge and you're not getting 20% off, again, on some stuff, it's gonna be worth it. Like I feel like the Road, but on other products and other brands, depending on what deals they do, and we're also in like sales season, it's just something to consider. Keep it in mind so you're getting the best discount. Continuing on, because I feel like this haul is super rambly, I decided to try this bronzer from Givenchy. This is the Prism Libre bronzing powder, and I got it in 01. Packaging on this is very nice. I feel like very rarely when it comes to these luxury beauty products am I feeling the luxury, but I have to say with this compact, I really am. So I really appreciate that. But inside, this is what it looks like. So it has that like split up powder. This is what they do with the blushes. Even like the loose powder products that they have 4 different colors in them usually. So I've really only used this a couple of times. I'm excited to keep using it. And so far, so good with it. But you know, really preliminary thoughts on this. I just wanted to try out a new bronzer, see if there's something else out there that I'm really gonna love. Because lately I'm really trying to hone in the tones of not only my bronzers, like making sure it's the right tone for me, but also my foundations and concealers, any of those undertones, so I'm not looking pink or red or orange or peach or any of the other colors that don't look like my skin tone, you know what I mean? Which is another reason I'm really liking the Armani so far. I feel like it's more of a true neutral tone on me than what I've been, you know, testing lately, so very happy about that. I did pick up a true foundation though, and I decided to go with the Makeup by Mario. I've heard really great things about this, and so I was like, let me give it a shot, because the first foundation, I can't even remember what it was called at this point, but that one had glitter in it and I did not like that. So I picked up the shade 2. I'm very glad I did. I was going back and forth with a really nice sales associate. We were trying to like pick the right shade and make sure it'd work, but I went with the lighter one that felt more neutral and not as warm. In case it oxidized, I was like, let's go with something lighter. And I really, I'm telling you, I just want my neck and face to not look like different colors. Anyway, I haven't tried this on the face yet, so hopefully I made the right decision and I'm not in something too light, because that can cause kind of its own issues. If a foundation is too light, it can like highlight creases and it can highlight dry spots and just all of that. So anyway, this is the Surreal Skin foundation, and like I said, I've heard great things about it. I've heard it compared to the Natasha Denona foundation, so I definitely wanted to get my own thoughts on it and appreciated that it was just an actual foundation, okay? I want like a real foundation. Last few things, I did end up getting this M.PH Mary Phillips contouring kit palette, underpainting face palette. Now this I got really to test. In my head I was like, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna swatch it. If it doesn't seem too greasy, like immediately greasy, I'm gonna give it a shot. And although these creams are creamy, I feel like at least when I swatched them out, blended them out on my hand in store, I really liked that the way that this kind of blended out wasn't greasy. That was the part that convinced me. I was like, okay, it is kind of turning into almost like a cream powder. Like it kind of left a veil on my skin. Let me show you with the darker colors so you can actually like see it on my hand. I don't know, it really just like blends out in a way that I was like, okay, let me at least give it a try, give it a review. I'm sure some of you are curious. And this baby is not cheap, so I was like, if I'm gonna do it, I might as well get it 20% off. So I'll keep you guys updated on my thoughts on this, who I think it's best for, all of that, as I continue to use it. Some kind of like basic products that I picked up, of course, the K18 dry shampoo. Love this so much. I've already lost the cap. I'm already using it, like needed this in my life. If you've heard a lot about this, it truly is a really great dry shampoo, even though it's kind of weird to get your hair wet. It really does soak up the oils for me. The other product here is a brow product, and I really need to figure out a new brow routine for myself, because this is what my Patrick Ta brow wax looks like. Even my husband's like, what's going on with that? Like, well, is that plastic that's rubbed off? Like, you can get a new one. I'm like, I can't. I don't think they make this anymore. And I do quite like this. I tried this for the first time today, and honestly, I don't know if the color is right for me. I didn't say it, but this is the Precisely My Brow Wax. I got it because it was wax, the Patrick Ta's wax from Benefit. I got it in the shade 2.5. And I don't know, this just looks a little like yellow, orangey, warm on me. Blondes can be really difficult, at least to me, to get right. And they so easily pull like orange or just too warm. Sometimes they've pulled green on me. Like, it is hard just to find a truly taupey, light, but kind of cool or at least neutral neutral brown color, let me tell you. So I don't know, it kind of was a disaster today. I did the first brow and it did okay. The second brow, it was just turning into disaster. Okay, like I don't know. I feel like honestly the best case for me is I just need to dye my brows, actually. Like that's what needs to happen. And when I do that, we will do it together because I've talked about it for years at this point. So whenever that happens, trust me, you'll be with me. But for now, I'm gonna keep trying this. If you have brow product recommendations, I need something that's tinted. I'd like something with hold, and I really wanted to just encapsulate my hairs essentially, not like the Milk Makeup one, which truly is like a tubing brow product. I didn't love that one either. I know, I'm so annoying. Like I really feel like I've tried a lot of stuff, but I needed to be tinted because my brows are blonde. So something tinted, something that isn't too warm or like orange or anything like that. If you have a product you really like, whether it's at Sephora or anywhere else, like I'm open. Please let me know what you use, what you love, so I can try out some things because I am not hopeful this is gonna work for me. At least not in this color too. Like I just think the color's wrong. All right, last few things before we get into what I didn't purchase. I did get a lip liner. I love lip liners, and the Glossier one in, what is this, Bit? I've wanted this for a while, but this one was kind of in and out of stock, honestly. A really nice, like overall neutral rose color. These are ones I tend to use quite often, so I'm excited to give this one a go. This isn't what's on my lips right now. What I'm wearing is actually this one from Kosas, and it's the hot liner in the shade Infinite, which is pretty close. Can you tell I have a type? This was actually sent to me, but with the eye look, I wanted something a little bit more warm, so that's why I went with this. This liner formula in the shade Mega was in my sale recommendation video, and I'm telling you, these really do lock down. I swear, it's like a liquid lipstick in a lip liner. Like it dries down and does not budge. Another M.PH, I do not... Mary Phillips product. This is the Lipsiggy hydrating lipstick, and let me tell you, this thing is petite, okay? Skinny. It's a skinny mini, hence the name, but it's just like a tinted lipstick, lip balm type of thing. So I wanted to give it a shot. I got the shade First Date. I've really enjoyed the lip liner I had, and you know, this packaging feels nice and heavy. It's very custom, and I feel like it's unique in a way. You might love it, you might not, and it definitely doesn't give you a ton of product, but I was like, let me, you know, I'm trying a lot out. Let me get one more thing. Another one that was like on my loves list, and the loves list and how they do that on Sephora now, they've changed how you can like categorize things and whatnot, and part of me really loves it. Sometimes it's a little bit more of a hassle, but this Laneige Lip Glowy Balm in the Milky Way shade, they also have a pink one. These were on my list to just check out, and luckily they had a tester of this one. I didn't see the pink shade, and now I'm tempted to get it because this is so pretty. It's just a clear gloss. You don't need that. You do not need a clear gloss. The amount of shimmer that's in here is so intense. It's also kind of like a buttery vanilla kind of scent to me, which I'm not complaining about. But as someone who loves like a lip liner, lip gloss, usually clear lip gloss moment, I really like this. The Lip Glowy Balms are one of my favorite squeeze tube lip balm formulas, and I'm happy to say that with this much sparkle and shimmer in it, one, it's not like metallic and kind of like frosty looking. Like I really think the sparkle just adds to the shine, but also there's enough of a plushness to this formula that I don't really feel the glitter. Like if I really rub my lips together, sure, I can technically feel it, but it is a comfortable feeling. Like I would not notice it. And you guys know I'm really picky about that. So very happy I picked this up. And I'm telling you, I told myself for all these limited edition lip balm, you know, products out there, I was like, we're swatching them. We're really making sure. Like we're not just collecting them to collect. Not right now, not right now. But this one still made the cut. I'm taking this off because this last lip product that I picked up, I do want to try with you guys, you know, together. I'm telling you, a lot of the stuff I've just already been getting my little fingers into, but I've not tried the Farah Hamidi lip product yet. This is the Soft Glass Lip Plumping Oil, and I've had this on my list since it came out, but I waited for this sale. I was like, I'm gonna save a little bit of money on it. So it is luxury. It comes in its own little like bag, and then this is the color I got, which is the shade Poem. And again, with the packaging on this, very much luxe. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm already getting it dirty. What am I doing? Let's see. I thought maybe it would be stickier because it definitely looks thick, but I'm so happy to say that it is not. Oh my gosh, I don't know why. Even the testers, they were like pretty disgusting at Sephora, so I was like, really wasn't even wanting to touch them. When I did, I immediately got like gloss on my hands. It was grossing me out, so you know, I didn't get a proper swatch, but this had been on my list, and honestly, it feels like a perfect lip oil. Like first impressions, it's glassy, it's glossy, but it still feels like hydrating and like a cushion, but not like thick, not sticky at all. But it's also not too thin. I don't like a lip oil that's too thin, so very, Very impressed, very excited to keep trying this. Oh my gosh, I'm seriously like so happy that wasn't stickier because just touching it on my hands, I was nervous. Okay, I feel like I'm leaving that on such a high note. I do have one more thing and then we'll kind of segue into the things that were on my list, but being in store for one reason or another, I didn't end up getting. But the thing I was lucky enough to get, because this thing sold out, I think I saw that it sold out in like 48 hours. I ordered this online because I figured it wasn't going to make it into stores. And this is the Soft Services and Dead Cool TheraPlush Hand Cream collab. I've wanted to try the Soft Services hand cream for so long. And this set had a limited edition, like actual component. Let me get it all out because this thing's whipping around and being crazy. So this is what the hand cream looks like. It's like a contraption because it is in such a cute container. Like, look how cute this is. Okay, let's open it up. This is the refills. So when you use this all up, you can just pop in like a pod. This is what the pod looks like, but it's kind of giving Nespresso vibes. Anyway, there's the cream. I took off the top. I'm just gonna every last bit, guys, every last bit. I'm gonna screw this on, and that's the top. Look at how nice this is. I thought maybe the cap would like go on a little bit more, but it kind of just sets on there. It's a little magnetized actually. Okay, anyway, let's try this hand cream. Like I kind of was saying, I don't know, I feel like I'm very distracted in trying to figure this out, but they sell this hand cream just normally. I don't know what that smells like. Like I said, I've never tried it, but this was the Dead Cool collab and it's in the scent Extra Milk, which is one of their like most known scents. It's after their original Milk, but Extra Milk is like the extrate or like the stronger version of it, and it's a really nice kind of like molecular skin scent. It reminds me a lot of like Glossier You in a way. It's not a dupe, but it's in that same kind of skin scent family. It's a very rich cream. I'm definitely gonna want to use this one at night because right now my hands feel a little sticky, not gonna lie. It's a thick boy, but I kind of want to give it a little bit of time to set in because I can tell it's getting a little bit, don't make me say it, like NARS packaging. Anyway, this set sold out really fast. I had a feeling it might. I really love when brands collab with brands, especially Dead Cool. Like they have collabed with Way. I loved the Byredo and Way collab. So I'm kind of always looking out for like specifically fragrance collaborations and other products. And this set specifically has a travel of the Extra Milk as well in here. So I just thought that was great. And I'm really glad I got my hands on it. As much as this is sold out currently, I have a feeling they're going to bring it back. Just for it to be that like desired makes me think it's going to come back. I just don't know when that will be. And with that, as we segue into the products that I didn't pick up, I do want to say that I did buy some perfume. So I'm going to have a haul over on the fragrance channel and you'll see this over there. I kind of was like, I'm going to put it on both channels because it kind of fits both, but I have other fragrance things I picked up and I'm going to share them over there. So check that video out. It'll be up soon. With that being said, here are some of the items that I was interested in and again, didn't make it into my basket for one reason or another. First, we'll talk about these Gucci highlighters for holiday. There are two limited edition shades that I was like, you know, looking online, they didn't wow me, but I thought, let me check in person. Let me swatch them, see if maybe there's some magic there. And let me just tell you, there was not any magic, okay? The 06 Arctic Pink color, I wasn't feeling it. The warm gold shade, wasn't feeling it. I already have one of these highlighters in the shade 04, I think Opal Pink, and I really love it. So again, I was open to maybe the colors working for me in person, but they just proved like, no, there was no good way to get better photos of those to me. Sorry. Those did not make it into my basket. Another product I really wanted to check out in person, in store, was the Huda Beauty Blush Filtering Blurring Blush Lighters palette. These dropped right before the sale and I just wasn't convinced again online, just looking at the colors. I know so many people would love these, but it's a blush palette. I'm already like kind of like, how many of them am I gonna use? All of that. And then for me, although the packaging is a little different, like if I'm gonna go for a blush palette, I kind of want it to be like really designer or something. I want that extra something, and this just wasn't quite doing it for me. And you know, in person, again, kind of same thing. The Roseberry blush palette is probably the one I was most interested in, and again, the swatches are pretty, but I just didn't feel like I needed a whole blush palette. I was like, there are so many other single blushes, if that's what I'm looking for, that are probably on my list that I could get over this, and so I decided to skip that one. I was really eyeing these new lip products from Refi. These are the satin liquid lipstick pens with vitamin E, and you know, I really like a lot of the Refi products that I've tried, but there are also some from Refi that I don't love, so it's kind of hit or miss, and I really, again, wanted to swatch these in store. It's kind of a different formula. It is a liquid lipstick, but it's not meant to necessarily dry down, so you're still gonna have some of that like hydration and a little bit of that shine. They're very pigmented, and you know, for the right person, I think this would be great, but all the colors were definitely gonna be pretty bold on me, so more of a fall winter lip. They did fit the season, but I just was like, girl, are you gonna wear this? Like, is this you? Is this you right now? And although I've been enjoying different lip colors lately, I just feel like a liquid formula that's hydrating like this in so much pigment, just for how like laid back I am with how I wear makeup, I was like, that feels like a disaster waiting to happen. But for everyone else who would love this, like, it looks so chic. Also, if you have a deeper skin tone, I think these colors are gonna look really, really beautiful. But I just was like, formula wise, all this, like, yes, it's new, but I don't know if it's for me. And that's something that in person you can really kind of determine. And the real devastating out of stock product for me is this Dior Forever Glow Luminizer highlighter. I really wanted to get my hands on this in store, swatch it, see what it looked like, and they actually didn't have it in the store that we were at. I don't know if they're gonna have this in any store, honestly. So luckily enough, there was actually a Dior beauty counter that had it, so I was able to go in there, swatch it, and it's a beautiful color. It's like this pinky, very light champagne gold shade, and it has a lot of sparkle to it, so it's definitely one of those more glittery highlighters, but absolutely beautiful. And I've come to terms with the fact that I love a designer collectible highlighter. I just do. As someone who loves makeup dearly, I'm like, yeah, this is one of those showpieces for me. On top of the fact that the color is actually stunning too, but by the time I got home and was gonna make my order, it was out of stock, so I didn't get my hands on it. I don't know if it'll come back, but that one, I think I'm gonna have to find it. I'm gonna need to find that one. I also had another shade of the Mary Phillips lip liner on my list, but again, every color I want is out of stock. I talked about the Cherry Cola shade in my recommendations video. I've really been enjoying that one. That one was out of stock, I want to say, even before the sale started, like right before. And I feel like just more and more of the shades just keep popping up out of stock. In store, I swatched them all, and the shade I really want is French Exit. That one just seems like the best for me, but again, out of stock in store, out of stock online, out of stock everywhere around me. So I'm just gonna have to wait on that one, but a little disappointing. It'll just make it that much more sweet if I actually get my hands on that shade. I kind of already talked myself out of this set with you guys when I did my sets video, which let me know if you want a part 2. I think I might do one, but I kind of want to get your feedback if you would enjoy it. But this is the Summer Fridays holiday trio set. It has the 2 different lip balms in it, but I really wanted that limited edition marshmallow one, but I decided to still not get it. Just thought I would throw that out there. The temptation wasn't enough. And probably the biggest thing I decided not to buy, like, this was in my car, almost went through with it, but I decided to put it back just because I was getting the Danessa Myricks and really just thinking about what I would want, and potentially this could even go on a deeper sale if I really felt like I needed it. But this is the Gilded Nirvana Mega Eyeshadow Palette. It is the holiday palette, and I have to say, I love that this holiday palette is so much more petite and just smaller than some of the past holiday collections that have come out. It's a more substantial piece. It's not in the cardboard. It doesn't have like face products with it. Like, I just like the format of this so much. Like, if she's gonna do a bigger palette, I like how this one was done. There are 2 mattes in here, but lots of shimmery shades. These shimmers are stunning. Like, again, still something I'm looking at, but I decided to put it back just so I could have more time with the Danessa Myricks, and it is $72. Really thinking about the holiday makeup I wanted to add to my collection, because there's other holiday collections I was excited for. I saw pictures of it and really was excited for, but just, you know, as I actually got to see them in person, there's something about in person, I'm telling you. I decided to wait on that one, and if it really was killing me, I thought I could at least get it for sure, if not at even a better deal later on in the season. So let me know if you picked that one up, how good it is. But that's my Sephora haul so far. I don't intend to pick up really too much else. Maybe some like restock stuff that I'm realizing I'm running out of, stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure the sale is open for everyone at this point. I'd love to know what you guys are picking up, if you picked anything up. Were you having the same issues with things being out of stock that you really wanted? Let me know. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.